Hello guys, we're back with another video. This time we have Vice President Kamala Harris versus Tulsi Gabbard, who I said before in the last video yesterday that I honestly see her probably switching to the Republican Party any day now, and I wouldn't even be surprised if she tries to run for president in the GOP primary. Do I think she could win it? Probably not. But you never know. Crazier things have happened for the Republicans. I mean, Trump won in 2016, so I think that sets a baseline that if you run a good enough of a campaign, you could win a primary. So let's get right into this. Iowa and Ohio, I think, are off the board. I think Harris is pretty hated in both these states. Plus, Tulsi Gabbard's a bit populist, so I think that'll be able to help her. But then again, some Republicans might be turned off that, especially Republicans in the rural areas, who are very conservative, might be turned off that Gabbard used to be a Democrat. So that could possibly hurt her, but I don't think it'll hurt her that much against someone like Harris. In the state of Texas, I think this will be pretty easy for Gabbard to win against Harris. She's pretty disapproved here, Harris. In the state of Florida, I see Gabbard probably winning here by 3 or 4% against Kamala Harris, while North Carolina, I see probably backing Gabbard by 2% against Harris. In the state of Virginia, I see Harris winning by 7 points, while Colorado will be about 9 or 8, while New Mexico will definitely be about 4%. Just because Latinos are kind of shifting more to the Republican Party nowadays. In the states of Arizona and Georgia, I think Gabbard will be pretty easily winning these against Harris. Harris is pretty unpopular in both these states with independent voters especially. Plus, I think in Arizona especially, I don't think they're really going to care that much that Gabbard used to be a Democrat. And in Georgia, I think they'll, more often than not, I think most Republicans here will just back whoever the Republican candidate is. Plus, with moderate voters, they really don't like Harris that much, and they might see Gabbard and be like, well, she used to be a Democrat, now she's Republican, so that means she's fairly middle of the road. And that might appeal to those moderate voters in Georgia. In Nevada, I also think that maybe some more like of Bernie supporters see Gabbard, and they did like her in the past. Maybe there'll be some peel off here in favor of Gabbard in this state. So I think maybe I think she'll be able to win by 1.5% against Harris. Harris is pretty unpopular among independents. In the New England area, I still think Harris would win Maine against Gabbard. Well, Gabbard would probably win Maine second by an over 10% margin. In the state of New Hampshire, I also think this will probably go to Gabbard, thus giving her the win. In Nebraska second, Gabbard would probably narrowly win this area by a tilt margin against Harris. And the Rust Belt states, I still think Minnesota would vote for Harris, but she wouldn't win Wisconsin or Pennsylvania. And the state of Michigan, hard to tell here. But I think Gabbard might have the advantage by a pretty close tilt margin, probably by about 0.5%. So that's my election prediction if it's between Vice President Kamala Harris and Tulsi Gabbard as the Republican nominee. So let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.